What's up? Welcome to today's live stream. I'm William, and today is Saturday. It's March 23rd. It's actually a pretty decent day. It turned out to be great. It's been pretty bad weather here for a while. Storming, got cold. It was wet for a long period of time. Now it's kind of nice. So we'll see how long this lasts. This is Houston. We generally have weather that has mood swings during this time of the year, during the spring, where we can have these 20 to 30 degree temperature switches throughout the day or even throughout a week. And it can be tough. It can be really tough. But yeah, today is the weekend. I don't remember if I've streamed this week or not. I think I did. Definitely didn't stream as much as I wanted to, mainly because I've been busy. I've been very busy. I've been writing our docs. Wait, what's going on with this? There we are. All right. I don't know what was going on. For some reason, I was trying to switch something to another monitor and it didn't work. But yeah, I think I'm going to switch over to my screen share right now. In fact, I'm going to show off my new scene. It's the same one from last time, except it's a new key. Oh, wait, never mind. I thought it was a new scene. Never mind. Give me a second. Let me fix it. There we are. All right. Yeah, so it's slightly different because I have this keyboard and not the other keyboard that I had. By the way, I have two new keyboards, so things may feel a little bit confusing. I ended up installing new switches to my keyboard, to both my keyboards actually yesterday. Here, check it out. That's what they sound like. You can hear that? I really don't know, but that's what it sounds like. Oh shit, what did I just do? Fuck. Wait a minute. Wait, what? Ah, shit. I think I just... Oh, what did I just do? Oh gosh. Give me a second. I've just destroyed my scene. Somehow. I don't know what I've done. Wait, are y'all... And I think y'all can... Oh, wait. Let's do... Fuck. Yeah, I've jacked up my scene. I shouldn't have did whatever it is that I was doing. Let's turn this to camera B. Yeah, there we are. All right, cool. Fixed it. Never mind, I was lying. I knew what I was doing the whole time. All right, so let's open up a browser right quick. Well, not this browser. This is work. Yeah, let's close these for now. This is work too. You know what? Let me just close all my work stuff. I should have did that before I started the stream like I normally do. I just didn't do it this time. So we'll close Discord as well. Pretty much anything that can be a distraction to me. All right, let's open up Arc, my browser. One day it'll open too. Maybe today. Oh, and it opened up all these things. All right, fine. Let's just close them again. And then, cool. Now we have a browser up. Let's see what's going on in the world of tech. One thing that I've been thinking about doing is kind of getting back into AI type of stuff. My knowledge on AI is more fundamental. And what I mean by that is that back when I was doing it, I learned how to implement all of these things from scratch. So I don't know, maybe that could be something useful. I don't know, y'all tell me if there's anything. I don't know, we can go into some easy stuff first, maybe. Let me make this a little bit bigger. It's a little small. All right, so SQLite schema diagram generator. Okay, this is new. So here's a fun fact. Let's open up this other piece of software that I enjoy using. It's called Table Plus. We'll just log into this database right quick. Now, let me go to my real screen share so we can actually see all of this. Now, if we go up to here in the, oh wait, no, it's not that. I think if you do Command A and you select all your tables, I think you should be able to right click on this and do generate diagram. And then you can say generate a diagram of selected items. Maybe you could do generate diagram if you don't have any selection, it'll just do everything, maybe. But this is by far the best visualization I've ever seen. You don't see it now because I don't have any relationships, but if I did, you know what, let's go to something that does have relationships. But this visualizer is great because you can actually, you know, create your relationships visually here, and they will reflect back in your actual in your DDL. But yeah, let's go to another thingamajig. Let's do, man, I don't think any of these are working. Yeah, that's not working. Well, here's what I'll do. I'm gonna add a relationship quickly and then regenerate this diagram just so that I can prove a point. So the relationship that I'm gonna build here is on the GitHub table, which currently doesn't really do anything, which is fine. So we're going to structure, and what I want to do is add a foreign key relationship. So we'll call this, wait, do I even have anything that I can use as a foreign key relationship? Oh, I do, profile ID. All right, cool. So then we'll do GitHub installs profile, and then ID, and this would be a F key, a foreign key. And let's add a condition here. Wait, is it really gonna make me manually input these? All right, fine, that's cool. So we'll do profile ID, and the condition is that this needs to exist. Oh, is it not gonna let me do it? Oh man, I don't want to have to type code. Oh man. Wait. Oh, whoa. Paste your OpenAI key, then enter to use. Oh, look at that. They've built in AI by integrating with OpenAI, which is kind of cool. Man, we'll just add it this way. How about that? This will generate the key for me, because I don't think that I can do it here for whatever reason. So we're going to do profile ID. We're going to reference the public schema profiles. Yeah, here we are. The column that I'm interested in is the ID. Wait, why? Okay, fine. Okay, and then, wait, did that just create it? Okay, all right, cool. And then I have these actions here. So I can say on update, do something, on delete, do something else. On this side, I don't really need to do anything. All right, I'll just say okay, and we'll go ahead and save that. And hopefully I can delete this. Hopefully I haven't just jacked up my schema that I haven't really put much effort into. All right, cool. Now that we have that, let's regenerate a new diagram, and you'll see here that now there's this key, and then you can see how the data is flowing. Now, this may not seem like that big of a deal. And if it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, that just means that you don't do this for real. Because if you've done this for real, you know that you interact with databases that have, you know, dozens or hundreds of tables, that have, you know, hundreds or even thousands of relationships, and understanding how things relate to one another is very challenging. And with this, you can legitimately, like, you can basically trace through how your data is flowing through your tables. And I think that's kind of cool, like very cool. Now, I don't have enough tables for this to be really, you know, really cool, unfortunately. But, you know, if I had a lot more stuff, you would hopefully see more of the appeal. I wonder if this shows, oh, actually, look, this shows some of my previous things. Okay, look at that. So turns out I didn't even know that it saved diagrams. So these are diagrams that I've created in the past. So this is a slightly larger diagram. It's not that much more going on, to be honest. But if we look at it, we see here that having these relationships comes in clutch. Oh my gosh. And you see here how like if I click on the field, I can see the in and out relationships for that particular field. All right, so we see here on MFA challenges that this factor ID is a foreign key relationship, and it's this ID, like they're the same thing. Now, if you were just looking at this, you wouldn't just know that. But you know, with this visualization, it makes it really clear. So let's say, for instance, I wanted to see how ID was being used from users. Well, very quickly, I can see that this ID is being referenced in the identities tables and the multi-factor authentication factors table, as well as the sessions table. And I was able to figure that out just by clicking. Now, I don't know, like to me, that's worth its weight in gold. Like if I can save, hell, even if I can save a minute, I'm willing to pay money, but this has saved me hours of time. Anyways, let me go ahead and close this. That's a tangent. We'll go back to looking at this visualization for whatever this is, a SQLite schema diagram. It's my understanding that I think Table Plus supports SQLite too, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, my bad, AR Aries. I see I have a chat message. I'm reading a book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And the next book I'm going to read is The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. I don't think I've read either of these books. Yeah, I don't think I've read either of those books. The book that I'm reading now, here, let me go grab it. I decided I have another desk over here to the side. It was over there. Here is the book that I'm currently reading. Oops, shit. It's called The Collapsing Empire. And yeah, it's like a series or whatever. So honestly, I think it's like, I don't know, it's very similar to Dune. If you've ever read Dune, it's kind of like that whole sphere of stuff, if that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't make sense because I'm not doing a great job of explaining, but that's okay. I don't have to do a great job of explaining. I don't get paid for this, believe it or not. So if you don't understand me, that's cool. Yeah, it's fine. Let's go back to my screen share. And I don't care about SQLite, so I'm moving on. Although there is something that like I do care about. It's not, it's unrelated to this. It's related to AI. But you know what? Maybe I shouldn't even be worried about that. Maybe I should work on my app, my bot. What do y'all think? Should I just jump into working on a bot, or should I play around with some other stuff? Oh, give me a second. Slide. Oops. Why can't I switch to my channel? What's going on? Who is this? Okay. Magic CSS, minimalist CSS wizards. I wonder if this is from the same Magic, like the photography thing. Image Magic, that's the thing. Image Magic. Dang, look at this. Google is ordered to identify who watched certain YouTube videos. The fuck? And why can't I read this? I have an idea though. Let's see if this works. No, it used to work. Maybe I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna do because I want it to keep working in the future. All right, we'll do this. Yeah, look at that. All right, cool. We're gonna read this. Where do I get the most out of it? All right, well, cool. I'm gonna read this because this is interesting to me. Feds ordered Google to unmask certain YouTube users. Critics say it's yeah, that is very terrifying actually. I like already I can say I don't like it. Let's read it though. Maybe I don't want to form an opinion from a headline. Oh, wait a minute. I'm digging into Graphene OS. Graphene OS. Oops. All right. So in two. Wait. Oh. Okay. All right, so in two court orders, the federal government told Google to turn over information on anyone who viewed multiple YouTube videos and live streams. Privacy experts say the orders are, yeah. How is that not unconstitutional? Oh my gosh. Man, America, you know what's interesting? Is that in America, we let idiots vote. We let people who don't understand how our government works. Most people think we're a democracy. Fun fact. If you were one of those people, well, you're maybe part of the problem. Like we allow anybody to just vote and do whatever. And like we get these weird ass policies that, you know, I understand the intent behind them. I do. I get it. You know, it's always good intention, but there's this saying that the road to hell is paved with good intentions. It seems like people who have good intentions are, most of the time, they don't think about second or third or fourth or fifth order consequences of whatever their policies that they want to put in. But let's read this. I don't want to form any real opinions. I haven't even read it yet. All right, so let's see. Federal investigators have ordered Google to provide information on all viewers of select YouTube. Oh, wait. All viewers of select YouTube videos. Okay. According to multiple court orders obtained by Forbes, privacy experts from multiple civil rights groups told Forbes they think the orders are unconstitutional because they threaten to turn innocent YouTube viewers into criminal suspects. Yeah, to be real, I don't like the idea of a government that can put me into prison or take my life. No, at least they claim to have sovereignty over my life, apparently. I don't like the idea of them being able to see anything that I'm doing. Because if you've ever dealt with our law, you understand that anything you say or do will be held against you in a court of law. And I imagine that, I mean, you may not look at browsing or clicking on a link as speech, but it is. Like you have to think, you have to read the thing and decide that you want to click on that thing, and that's you expressing your right to free speech. And what I'm saying is that, you know, they're monitoring your speech, and they may do something with that in the future. And given what we're doing in our country these days and the people who are trying to take over it, I wouldn't put anything past them. It's interesting how the people who claim to want the most, what is the word? Gosh, it's the ones who always say that they call everyone else bigots. I'll say that they call everyone else bigots, but then they themselves are the worst offenders. Anyway, let's keep reading. I'm only first paragraph. Let's see if I can get through this in under 10 minutes. That'll be a goal. It's 10:21. Let's see if I can get through this by 10:30. In a just unsealed case from Kentucky reviewed by Forbes, undercover cops sought to identify the individual behind the online moniker Elon Musk, who they suspect of selling Bitcoin for cash, potentially running afoul of money laundering laws and rules around unlicensed money transmitting. Interesting. We're the land of the free, and we need a license to transmit our own money. Interesting. Okay. All right. Also interesting if this person is not even American. Like, at what point, like, when did American laws apply to people who aren't Americans? And when do our rights apply to other people who aren't Americans? Kind of like right now with these illegal people, these illegal aliens who are in our country. At what point Like, do they get rights in America? Do we have American rights, or are they just rights that anyone has if you live anywhere on Earth, then they apply to you? And if so, does that also mean that our sovereignty applies to you as well? And what I mean by that is, if you break one of our laws, does that mean that you are held to account here in our country? These are things that you know, I don't know if the answer matters. Like I said, I think America's a failing empire. In conversations with the user in early January, undercover agents sent links of YouTube tutorials for mapping via drones and augmented reality software. Then asked Google for information on who had viewed the videos, which collectively have been watched over 30,000 times. Wow. So let me get this straight. Undercover agents sent links of certain tutorials to YouTube, who, like, people who wanted to learn how to map, like how to, you know, do like cartography stuff using drones. I think it's photogrammetry. I think is what it's called. Let's see. Photogrammetry. I think that's what this is called. Yeah. It's photogrammetry. So I could be on this list. Like, I mean, just because obviously, if I know what the fuck this is, obviously I know what the fuck this is, and I may know a little bit about it, and I may have done some searches on it. So I could be on this list. Interesting, to say the least. Let's keep going. The court orders show the government telling Google to provide the names, addresses. Well, Google didn't have my address. I gave them a fake one. And they have my fake telephone number, so it's fine. Telephone numbers and user activity for all Google accounts. Wait, for all Google account users who access the YouTube videos between January 1st and January 8th, 2023. This is interesting. The government also wanted the IP addresses of non-Google account owners. Wow. What? Wow. Of non-Google account owners who viewed the videos. By the way, this is one reason why you may want to avoid creating accounts. Like, I know it's easy these days. Everybody wants you to create an account on their site. But this is one reason why you may want to avoid that. And if you do that, do what I do. Give them fake information. Fuck them. Like, who are they to you, right? Like, they're going to sell your data and make money, profit, and not share a dime with you. Give them trash data. That's what I do. In fact, I don't even, my TV should be playing. I normally give YouTube trash data by having my TV play in the background. I don't even watch it. YouTube thinks that they know the things that I like, and they have no clue. I literally just have it playing, and it's like, oh yeah, this guy obviously likes this. It's like, no, not really. I'm not actually watching it. Fortunately, we don't live in the Black Mirror episode where like they force you to like know when you're watching, because like none of my videos would ever play if they knew that I wasn't watching. Anyway, I have 5 minutes or 4 minutes. Let's see, the court order, IP addresses. All right, there's a reason to believe that these records would be relevant and material to ongoing criminal investigation, including by providing identification information about perpetrators. So what? No one should fear a knock at the door from police simply because of what the YouTube algorithm serves up. All right, these are just quotes. All right, the court granted the order and Google was told to keep the request secret until it was unsealed earlier this week. And then they did. They probably complied when it was obtained by Forbes. The court records do not show whether or not Google provided data in the case. Oh, come on now. Why did they do that? All right, so it's unclear whether Google provided the data. They did. Let's be real. Google is full of snitches. They're about that life. The culture at Google, like the thing that's destroying America, a lot of those people who have those beliefs work at Google. Let's just be real. Like, it is embedded in all of their products. It's even embedded in their bullshit ass, what is that thing called? Their new AI model that made Black Hitler. Yeah, it's these same people, these fucking idiots. Okay. Let's see here. Privacy experts said the order was unconstitutional or were unconstitutional. because they threaten to undo protections in the First and Fourth Amendments covering free speech and freedom from unreasonable searches. What's interesting to me is how, and I'm not picking and choosing with them. I know they're not even making this argument, but I've seen this where people will they'll point to certain amendments and then kind of ignore others. So the ones that they don't agree with, they'll kind of want those to go away. Like, First Amendment is important, but you want to know what protects the First Amendment? Many of you may not know this. The thing that protects the First Amendment is the Second Amendment. If you don't understand that, if you don't believe that, you're living in fucking fantasy land. You're living in la la land. The only thing that people as humans understand, and you may not understand this because we live in a peaceful society these days, but the only thing that keeps us in check is threats of violence. That's it. That's really it. I mean, maybe someone will disagree with me. I hope someone does. Please, someone disagree with me. Give me an example of a society that did not get to where they were through violence. Because I mean, obviously, I'm not that well learned. You know, there's some certain things I don't know, right? I didn't study all of history, but I know a good bit. I have not been able to find any example of a society that got to any form of prosperity without violence. All right, so this latest chapter is disturbing trend where we see government agencies increasingly transforming search warrants into digital dragnets. I mean, to be honest, what this tells me on the back end is that our CIA, our NSA, and what is it, the DSA? Who are they? I think they're the DSA. Someone correct me. I know someone's here in the government shit. Anyway, all these like spy agencies that exist. Why does the government even have to go to Google? I'm not upset about it. Like, I would, like, you know, in a scenario where our government is going to be doing this type of unconstitutional shit, I'd rather know about it. So at least I can give them that. At least, you know, let's say they do have the capability to do this without, you know, even saying anything. I'm at least glad that they are at least making it public. But, you know, that's a very low bar, and I don't think I should have to lower my standards for a government that I pay literally 6 figures a year in taxes to. Like, at this point, like, I used to not care, but like at a certain point, you know, when it's like the taxes that you're paying is someone's fucking salary, you start to give a shit. So I give a little bit more shits about what's going on and where my money's going and how it's being spent, because they stole it from me. They didn't allow me to spend it the way that I saw, you know, that in the way that I felt would be the best way to spend it, which would have been on my family, you know, shit like that. Or people who I actually care about. I'm sorry. I'm going to come off as an asshole, but I don't care anymore. I'm old enough to not give a fuck. I don't care about most people. I'm not even sorry about it. I care about very few people. Generally, those people are around me in real life. Those are the people who I actually care about. It's very rare that I'm going to be sitting here at my desk worrying about what some poor person in Massachusetts is going through. I simply don't care. And maybe that's bad to say publicly online, that, you know, I, a human being, cannot give a fuck about another human being somewhere else who I don't know. I know that may seem very, you know, like what kind of asshole would say that? Me, I'll say it. I really don't care about someone else in another state. Yet, you know, I'm kind of forced to, because the government's taking my money. And they're not even giving it to people in other states. They're giving it to people in Israel to go and bomb other people. That's what they're doing with my money. You know, they're giving it to people in Ukraine to go and blow up tanks. Meanwhile, we have the dumbest. I don't know if we have the dumbest population, but like we're not in the top. Let's look at American education. Before I even finish, let me finish. I did say I would finish. I only have one more paragraph, 2 more paragraphs. All right. So he said the orders were just as chilling as geofence warrants. Yeah, those are bad. Where Google has been ordered to provide data on all users in the vicinity of a crime. This is why you turn off your phone, or you don't take your phone anyway. Like I do. I do this often. Except now I can't, because I have a car that it won't work without my phone. It's the Tesla, which is one of the reasons why I hate it. Where it knows everything about me, but that's only for now, right? Like I have a solution for that soon. It's called buying a better vehicle. That's what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna get rid of it. Okay, Google announced an update in December that will make it technically impossible for the tech giant to provide information in response to geofence orders. Prior to that, a California court had ruled that geofence warrants covering several densely populated areas in Los Angeles was unconstitutional, leading to hopes the courts would stop police seeking the data. They're not gonna stop doing that. What we watch online can reveal deeply sensitive information about us, our politics, our passions, our beliefs. See, here's the thing: our politics in a world where we are heading, where we're quickly going into this Orwellian future, what he predicted in 1984. It's kind of where we're heading, where there's this idea of political correctness. And I'm saying political correctness because it's not correct. If you have to put another word in front of it, then that's not correctness. That's, like, this is something that happened in the Bolshevik Revolution. That's where political correctness came from. It came from communists during the Bolshevik Revolution. That's where it came from. And here we are doing that. So when I read this, what I'm really reading, I'm going to condense all of this. What we watch online can reveal deeply sensitive information about us. Wrong thoughts. That's what I'm reading here. That's all of this. Wrong thoughts. You could have the wrong thoughts. You can believe in the wrong things. And now the government can come in and punish you for it, or persecute you for it. If you know anything about our country, you'll understand that this country was founded by people who were being persecuted. And here we are, full circle. They say everything repeats. I guess we're starting to get to that point where we're going to start seeing more persecution. And for those of you who have to stay here and deal with it, I'm sorry. I'm sure not all of you voted for this, but for those of us who are a little bit more fortunate, we can just leave. I already have one foot out, so. Yeah, I don't know if I'll have to really deal with it. I will have to deal with it in the sense that America is a part of the world, and obviously whatever America does will affect world things. But I can kind of leave the day to day whenever I feel like. All right, cool. Let's go and see. I was about to look up something. Let me see if I can re-jog my memory. What I was gonna look up. All right, I forgot. I thought maybe rereading the section that I was reading when I was like, oh, let me go look at this other thing. I thought that would jog my memory. It didn't. I have a very weird memory though. So I'm going to move on, and you all get to see how my memory works. I am going to be doing something completely unrelated to what it is that I just said I was doing or wanted to do. And then it'll come back to me randomly. And then I'll have to go and chase it down then. Unbounded recursion. Can you have unbounded recursion? I'm curious, do any of you know if you can have unbounded recursion? I'm not going to open it yet because I want to know if any of you know. I don't think we can. How can, unless it's tail recursion. Okay, never mind. Maybe I've just convinced myself. Yeah, if you have tail recursion, then maybe you can have unbounded recursion. Otherwise, you're going to run out of stack memory. There's an amount of memory allocated for every program for the stack. Oh, these are jokes. Okay, all right, yeah. Let's see if any of these are funny to me. I'm pretty sure they will be. These types of things always are. Okay, so all right, let's see unbounded recursion, and for whatever reason. Okay, this doesn't do anything. Okay. Alternatively, you see recursion, where you can learn about applying bounds to your recursion or detecting cycles and referential data structures. There is no general method to determine whether a given program will ever halt or will run forever. This is the undecidability of the halting problem. Yes, that is it's a big deal, actually. Death by unbounded recursion. Unbounded recursion is not just something that can cause your computer to crash or your programs to freeze. Unbounded recursion can kill. Oh my gosh. It can kill you. Wait. I have. it can kill you. All right, cool, cool, cool. Particularly if you're an army ant. Okay, all right. I got it. Wait, what? I'm confused now. Soldier ants are blind, and they follow the chemical trails left by other ants. They also leave their own chemical trail to help the army ants behind them to follow the same trail they're on. If somehow the trail gets looped onto itself, then the ants can begin to follow an endless loop. They will continue to walk on such a path over and over until they literally die of exhaustion and starvation. I've seen this happen before. Here, let's see this. Let's see Chinese ants walking circles. I've only seen this type of stuff, like these types of videos coming out of China. That's why I'm looking, literally typed in China. Let's do a video. Maybe. Yeah, this is what it looks like. And look at the ants in the middle. They're not even moving. Maybe they're already dead. Maybe they walk to the center and become a dead pile. It happens when ants lose track of their colony. This is almost like what humans do. Most humans don't even think for themselves. They just follow. And I guess this is what we have. This is why history repeats. I'm seeing nature show me why history repeats. Cause like at the end of the day, like most humans aren't that independently. Don't have the ability to think for themselves. At least the ones that I've come across. Maybe we all know better humans. By the way, if y'all know better humans, let me know. I would love to get in touch with more people who can think with nuance, who can articulate their thoughts, who can hold often conflicting thoughts at once in their head, who can see different angles of the same opinion. Like, if y'all know people like that, let me know. Most of the people I come across aren't like that. And I've been told I shouldn't say this, but like I don't care anymore. Like most people I come across seem dumb to me. And I wonder if this is just me. Like I can't be the only one. No, I see there are like 10 people here. I doubt that I'm the only one, but maybe I am. Maybe I am a very rare person. I don't think I am though. All right, let's see here. Unbounded recursion in children's nursery rhymes. Okay. The nursery rhyme, there's a hole in my bucket. I've never heard of that. It's centered on an unbounded recursion that arises when attempting to repair a leaky bucket. The repair itself ultimately requires the use of a bucket. The joke is only effective because of the convoluted nature of the recursion. The loop back takes 18 verses or 9 steps, far from our short-term memory can readily hold. The best nursery rhyme on the topic of infinite regress is clearly the Symphanaptera. I don't know what the fuck that is. Is that siphon? Syphonaptera? I don't know what that means. Big fleas have little fleas upon their backs to bite them, and little fleas have lesser fleas, and so ad infinitum. Though I fail to see how such a verse could ever help a child be lulled into sleep, it's more likely to lead to invisible biting bug syndrome, which cannot be fun. The seldom used second verse is very good too. And the great fleas themselves, in turn, have greater fleas to go on, while these again have greater still, and so on. While this variation is pleasing to any fans of fractal formations, big whorls have little whorls that feeds on their velocity, and little whorls have lesser whorls, and so on to viscosity. Okay. Early in Slaughterhouse 5, we're introduced to the infinitely recursive song of Jan Janssen. My name is Jan Janssen. I work in Wisconsin. I work in a lumber mill there. The people I meet when I walk down the street, they say, "What is your name?" And I say, "My name is Jan Janssen. I work in Wisconsin." Okay. I don't know if I really understand. All right. These aren't funny to me. I'm gonna give it one more chance. I'm gonna give it one more shot. There has to be one in here that's good. Okay, wait a minute. Wait. Index. Oh my gosh. All right. So, gosh, who wrote? Is it Richie? Who wrote the C programming language? The book, the original book. Was it? Gosh, it was 2 people. Gosh, who was the people? Who wrote the C programming language book? I think it was like something Richie. Yeah. Oh, Dennis Ritchie and Brian. Okay. I heard that they had a sense of humor from our professors back in the day. Back when I was in college, they were like, oh yeah, they know a lot of these guys who built a lot of these systems, what we depend on today. They were always saying how they had a sense of humor. And I never really understood it, but I get it now. I wonder how many of you all have noticed this, right? Where it's like the C programming language, and they're on the index, by the way, or like the table of contents or whatever you want to call the index. And then we have here recursion. It appears on page 86, 139, 141, 182, 202, and 269, which is recursive. All right, that made it worth it. Okay, jokes featuring no, these are actual jokes. No wonder. What were the other ones? Oh, these were death. Okay, all right. So the joke is funny. All right, I want to read another one. Okay, you might hope that this section will be a quick read. Sadly, you may find that it takes much longer than you anticipated. The standard recursion joke is any variation on the following. To understand recursion, you must first understand recursion. How many of you all understand what recursion is? Am I just saying a word that y'all have just heard? Who knows what recursion is? This is too simple to be particularly funny. It's funny to me though. On the plus side, it is a joke about the unbounded recursion, so it's at least a little bit funny. As far as standard recursion jokes go, they don't get more standard than the practice of having an index entry at the back of a printed book which says recursion, page 251. Well, the index entry itself is on page 251. All right, so we see examples of that. Cool. All right, the less funny variance of this joke, which is too simple to raise more than 1 out of 7 on the chuckle meter, is to have an index entry which simply states recursion, see recursion. That's what Google does. Oh, okay. I'm like, that's what Google does, and they actually have a screenshot of that. But it's so simple. A joke that no technical book is complete without it. It would be an error to write a technical book and leave that joke out. I've never had that joke in one of mine in anything. And I'm not saying that like that they're wrong. I'm just saying that like I was never smart enough to think to think of like, oh yeah, let me put a joke in here to see if anybody will find it. I should start doing that in my code, real talk. Like see if I can just start putting little Easter eggs and things. Okay, you can find a joke quote at this well-regarded article on history of computing. A brief, incomplete, and mostly wrong history in the programming languages. Okay, it includes a mention of recursion and Lisp. Oh my gosh, Lisp, now Lisp, or sometimes ARC, remains an influential language in key algorithmic techniques such as recursion and condensation. Oh yeah, this one. Oh yeah, this is funny because recursion and condensation are two words that rhyme, and because the first part is blatantly true while the second part, the swift dig at Lisp weenies, is cruel and arguably true. The violent accusations create a sense of tension. The juxtaposing of blatant truths with arguable truths creates a tension, the release of which is achieved through laughter. The joke is particularly effective because of the entire satirical turn exists in the final word. Replace the final word with a different word, such as encapsulation. You have a perfectly serious sentence. The fact that it's so close to the serious statement pushes it into a satirical subcategory. Okay, sure. I just had to take his word for it. The one downside of this joke is that although it mentions recursion, it does not employ recursion, nor hint at unbounded recursion. So this joke also should not exist in this section. It originates from an article by, On to Better Things. There's no story about computer pioneer Grace Murray Hopper. I think I want to say that she created the first. Wait, what's that, Grace, or what's that? I think she created the first compiler. Grace Hopper. I want to say that she's the one who created the compiler. I don't remember though. Oh my gosh. Wait, what? The Grace Hopper of non-binary, like, so what are you then? So is it just people then? Okay, people. I don't know if she would agree with this. All right, here's Grace Hopper. And what did she do? So she was one of the first programmers of what was it? The Mark 1. By the way, I've seen this computer. I got I was fortunate enough to have been given a tour of this particular computer by one of my professors when I was in school. And yeah, honestly, it was very interesting because not only did he show me this, he also showed me some of the other things around Black history, even things that I myself didn't know. And this wasn't a Black man, I want to be clear here. But he was like, he wanted to show me these things. He's like, yeah, there's a lot of history that I think that you'd appreciate here as well. And yeah, he was like, he's glad I'm here, and he wanted me to, see some of the other stuff because he knew I was a technology person. I don't really care about anything else. But I want to say that she's the one who created a compiler. Let's see. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Here we are. She managed the development of one of the first COBOL compilers. Her compiler converted English terms into machine code understood by computer. Yeah, that's her. Okay, so there's an old story about computer pioneer Grace Hopper, who read instructions on a bottle of shampoo telling her to lather, rinse, repeat. As the story goes, she claims that she tried to follow the directions, but she ran out of shampoo. Okay. This is funny for four distinct. Well, it's funny for another reason for me. Funny. Firstly, it's funny because it's an example of literalism. Literalism is the way that computers take things literally. Secondly, it's funny because it's a joke about unbounded recursion. Jokes that mention unbounded recursion automatically get a tick in the funny column. I think this is only true if you're a nerd or a geek. Some tells me that if I were to go tell a random person on the street this, like a recursion joke, they would look at me and be like, what is this dude on to? Third, it's funny because it uses indirection. Rather than bluntly state the instruction went on forever, she states she ran out of shampoo. The listener then has to reason about the events which led to this, and will thus detect the flaw in the instructions. They contain an unbounded recursion. This is funny because the extra level of indirection makes the joke occur inside the mind of the listener, where it is the loudest and thus funniest. Fourth, it's funny because it teaches us something about the nature of unbounded recursion. Instructions that create unbounded recursion don't simply run forever. They also exhaust resources. They can cause the classic stack overflow, or they can cause an out-of-memory problem, or literally a stack overflow. Literally. Or they can cause a printer to run out of paper, or as in this case, they can cause us to use a bottle of our shampoo. So Grace is cleverly enhancified. Is this a word? It's not. It's enhanced. It's enhanced. Man, one interesting thing about knowing a language really well is that you can see when people are just making up shit, just making up words. Like, I'm looking at this, I'm like, this isn't a word. And just confirmed it. The joke with a little lesson in there about the consequences of unbounded recursion. Grace, you're very clever. All right. Another index-related example of infinite loops is the multi-step chain. The longer the chain, the better. Okay. So let's see. Sun Valley Sotheby's International Relic. Oh, okay. This is some rich people shit right here. West Adams, C. Wayne Bruce, millionaire. Okay. Wayne Bruce, millionaire. Please consult crime fighters in the yellow pages. Okay. Crime fighters, see Batman, white pages. Christ. Okay. Batman, see West Adam. And I guess this is, okay, so it just goes in a circle. By the way, I don't know if there are any Apple stands here, but if you look at Apple's address, one infinite loop, Apple address, that's their address. It's literally one infinite loop. Let's see, Cupertino. Oh wait, did they change it? Oh man, they changed it. Well, I forgot that they did. They just built a new thing, like a new campus, if you call it that. Yeah, a new campus. See if we can find one infinite loop. It was Apple Parkway. Man, they got rid of one infinite loop. All right, for some reason I still don't know where keys are on a keyboard. Oh, here we are. There we are. Cool. Yes. One infinite loop. It's funny because it's true. Like if you're into computing and all that kind of stuff, like the address, you gotta admit that's a dope address. Is a one infinite loop. That's the kind of loops that I write. I only write infinite loops, the best kinds. Einstein, see Kant. Hegel, see Einstein. Kant, see Hegel. Oh, okay, sure. Question: what does the B in Benoit B Mandelbrot stand for? Wait, what does the B in Benoit B Mandelbrot stand for? Benoit B Mandelbrot? Okay, okay. And why did the angry function exceed the call stack? It got into an argument with itself. I don't know. Maybe this is where, like, because I understand. Like, it's not funny because that's not how this works. Like, no. All right, I'm gonna have to go on. Let's see. Jokes featuring unbounded recursion. Cartoons featuring unbounded recursion. 3D printer. Okay. Wasting timeline. 1960s, 1970, 1980s, 1990s, 2000s. Now. Okay. I see what they're doing here. I like it. I actually love this one. First things first. I grew up with yo-yos. I didn't grow up in the 60s. I even had like these high-end yo-yos, like the ones that would sleep for up to 8 minutes. I had a Cold Fusion GT, which was a high-end trick yo-yo. I never played Pong really. I did grow up playing Pac-Man. I did do that. I did have guys, what do you call those things? A chia? It's not a chia. It's guys, what do you call that pet? Like this thing right here. I forget what you call these, but I had one of those too. Yeah, I had Facebook back in the day, and now yeah, I see here wasting time is watching other people waste time, which is the worst kind of wasting time. Jackie Jokers. Okay, I don't like that one. I get it, but I don't like it. I get this one too, but I don't like it either. All right, I think I'm done with this. Yeah, I'm good. That was enough of geek jokes. What nerds think is funny. Fundamentals of object storage in Elixir. I haven't played with Elixir in a long time. Hacking the V table. Okay. Internet is unusable without adblock. To be honest, I don't even know what the internet is like without adblock. I only go to certain sites, and if certain sites have ads, I just don't go to them anymore. Like, screw the blocking. I don't even want to waste their money because I know that it costs money to run a site, and most sites don't have good content anyways. So I can mostly do without it. Fortunately, I get other value from this internet that I have to pay for. If I didn't need the internet for work, like due to the nature of the kind of work that I do, and yeah, if I didn't like do a bunch of research and stuff online, I wouldn't even have internet. Because I mean, I really don't get anything from it. It's like, sure, the internet does enable us to communicate with anyone in the world instantly. However, that same fact has now made the value of said communication drop to near zero. Because you have people who, like, they won't even respond. Right, because they're inundated with so many other things, and like they kind of withdraw from their technology. And I'm saying this as someone who does it myself. Like, if I let's look to see. Let me do a quick check right quick. So since the last time I do this thing called declaring like notification of bankruptcy, I'm pretty sure many of you do the same thing. Every so often, I like the amount of missed messages or phone calls or whatever. It just goes up to a point where I'm just like, fuck it. Let me just mark everything red. and I have programs to do this. and yeah, so right now, the last time I've done this was a few weeks ago. I have 55 unopened text messages. I have 15 missed calls since the last time I deleted all of my missed calls, which is a couple of days ago. Actually, last week, not a couple of days. It was last week, literally last week, not like, more than 7 days ago. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like eight or 9 days ago. So yeah, 15 missed calls, 55 unread messages. I have 75 unread Slack messages, 240 unread Discord messages. I have literally turned off the badge count on Gmail because it makes me feel, I don't know. the only other option is to remove Gmail. But like the last time I declared bankruptcy, I think I had 15,000 emails. And yeah, it's hard for me. Our email's hard. I get over 200 emails a day. Like that's the problem. I get over 200 emails a day, and to stay on top of all of those is really difficult, especially when I have to get shit done. And a lot of times I just ignore the emails. I remember reading about this, the Apple Silicon vulnerability leak. It leaks encryption keys and can't be patched easily. I don't think it could be patched at all. From my understanding, the issue is with the chipset itself. And the only way to address this is to put in a new chip that's not M1, M2, or M3. As far as I know, those are the only chips that Apple makes. So maybe it'll be fixing the M4. Maybe it'll be fixing the M3 Ultra. Maybe. All right, let's read it though. Let's see what's going on. A new vulnerability in Apple Silicon chips can allow a determined attacker to access a user's data by stealing the cryptographic keys. And the fix could considerably impact encryption performance. What I'm reading here is that it'll just be slow. It's that trade-off. We can make it secure, or we can make it convenient. Yeah, that's really it. Okay, researchers have discovered an issue with Apple's M series chips and how it deals with cryptographic operations such as encryption of files. However, since it's an issue with the chip's architectural design, it's something that's very difficult to mitigate. So I would call that impossible. It's more than you can't mitigate it. Like how? What are you gonna do? Like seriously, like what are you gonna do? You're gonna break out your solder iron and you're gonna try to solder some microscopic transistors and shit to fix it. Like what are you, like really difficult to mitigate? I would call this impossible. Unless you're TSMC and you have access to all their stuff. But even if you're TSMC, I doubt even they have the ability to go back and like retrofit an existing board with whatever the fixes are. All right, so this was detailed by a group of researchers and reported by Ars Technica. So why am I reading it here? I'll keep reading it though. The problem lies in the data memory and the dependent prefetcher. The problem lies in the data memory dependent prefetcher, okay, which predicts memory addresses of data that will most likely be accessed by currently running code. By prefetching data, it becomes a target for probing and malicious code. This is very similar to what Intel does with their when they try to I guess, is it guess the next instruction? I don't think it's that. I think it's, gosh, I forget what they call it. There's a technique. I used to know these things, learning an operating system, but there is a technique where we want to, it's branch prediction. That's what I'm thinking of, branch prediction, where if we can guess the next branch, the next instruction, and preload that, we can get an incredibly performant system. Now, this has the trade-off that sometimes you will try to look for that data and it won't exist. Or no, I'm sorry. You'll predict an instruction to run and it'll be the wrong instruction. And then you have to like there's a little bit more overhead to get the right instruction. But if we get that prediction right, then we get vastly improved performance. And we actually do that now. So this seems related. I to be honest, I don't know what a memory dependent prefetcher is. I don't know if I understand that. Maybe I'll look into computer architecture to understand that in a bit. Actually, I think I have a computer architecture book on my computer. Oh wait, maybe it's called operating systems. Operating systems. All right, man, not being able to find my books is really annoying. This is something that I rely on because like I don't know where anything is generally. I see it. It wasn't connected to my NAS. So let's connect. Or not. Okay. Okay, it connected this time. All right, perfect. Here we are. Yeah, operating systems. All right. Seriously? Like, really? So branch protection is nowhere to be found in this entire, or wait, branch prediction. I'm sorry, branch prediction. Interesting. How the hell did I learn about this? I thought I learned about this in my operating system class. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Maybe I don't know anything. Yeah, that's probably it. I don't know anything. That's what I'm coming away with. All right, fine. This is because prefetchers are using previous access patterns to determine its predictions of the next bits of data to fetch. It's possible for an attacker to use this way of working to influence the data being prefetched, opening the door to accessing sensitive data. Go fetch attack conceal encryption keys. The attack referred to by the researchers by the name of Go Fetch takes advantage of a quirk in DMP usage in Apple Silicon, specifically how DMP could confuse the content of memory with pointer values used to load more data, with the former occasionally used as the latter. Wait. Specifically how a DMP could confuse the content of memory, okay, with pointer values used to load more data. So this sounds like an interpretation problem, with the former occasionally used as the latter. Yeah, that how that, yeah, my question is how is this possible? Like that this could confuse the content of memory? Like I don't know if that makes sense to me. And explaining the attack, the researchers confirmed that it's possible to make the data look like a pointer. Okay. Which the DMP will treat as an address location and in turn pull the data to the cache. The appearance of the address in the cache is visible, meaning malicious code can see it. Okay. All right. Okay, I think I understand what's happening now. Okay. The attack manipulates data within the encryption algorithm to look like a pointer using a chosen input attack. The DMP seeing the data value as appearing like an address, then brings the data from that address with the address itself being leaked. The attack is not an instant crack of an encryption key. However, the attack can be carried out repeatedly, allowing the key to be revealed over time. The Go Fetch attack uses the same user privileges as many other third-party macOS apps, rather than root access. This lowers the barrier to entry for actually run the attack. Whoever their editors are, a random person like me who grew up not speaking English as the media used to like to say, because Ebonics isn't English. Someone like me who didn't grow up speaking English shouldn't be reading this from a respected publication that supposedly has editors. Like really, this lowers the barrier to entry for actually run the attack. Like did a child write this? But it's not entirely the whole story. Okay, sure. Honestly, the writing isn't even good. I only want to keep reading it. I'm not going to keep reading. I don't have to. The writing isn't great. There are some folks who do, who, in my opinion, they write well. Paul Graham is one of them. Seeing as we're on his website right now, may as well call him out. Here, let me pull up one of his things, because he writes really cool essays. Paul Graham. And maybe, who knows, maybe that could be something that I do. I just read his essays. Let's see here. Essays. Go out to the bottom. Programming bottom up. Yeah, let's read that. 1993. Okay. This essay is from the introduction on Lisp. He was really big in Lisp. I am not really big in Lisp, although I can write it. Here, let me write some Lisp for you right quick. Lisp. There you go. It's Lisp code. There you are. Lisp. All right. It's a long-standing principle of programming style that the functional elements of a program should not be too large. If some component of a program grows beyond the stage where it's readily comprehensible, it becomes a massive complexity which conceals errors as easily as a big city conceals fugitives. Oh, they do that. Have y'all heard about what's happening in New York right now? Apparently it's not that bad. Maybe. I don't know. I heard that they've been having crime. I heard that, they found a dismembered body in the room, or I don't know, wherever migrants were staying. Allegedly. Allegedly. We're living in weird times these days. Allegedly. If some component of a program grows beyond the stage where it's readily comprehensible, okay, I've already read that. Such software will be hard to read, hard to test, and hard to debug. That's literally all of my software. It's hard to read, it's hard to test, it's hard to debug, it's hard to build, it's hard to use, it's hard. It's just hard. It's, in a word, in accordance with this principle, a large program must be divided into pieces. The larger the program, the more it must be divided. How do you divide a program? The traditional approach, the trad approach, is called the top-down design. You say the purpose of the program is to do these 7 things, so I'll divide it into 7 major subroutines. The first subroutine has to do 4 things, so in turn we'll have 4 of its own subroutines, and so on. This process continues until the whole program has the right level of granularity, each part large enough to do something substantial, but small enough to be understood as a single unit. Experienced Lisp programmers divide up their programs differently. As well as top-down design, they follow a principle which could be called bottom-up design, changing the language to suit the problem. In Lisp, so is this just, in Lisp, you don't just write, I'm thinking about DSL right now, because I kind of build DSLs in air quotes too. So in Lisp, you don't just write the program down towards the language, you also build the language up towards your program. As you're writing the program, you may think, I wish Lisp had such and such operator. So you go and write it. Afterward, you realize that using the new operator would simplify the design of another part of the program, and so on. Language and program evolve together, like the border between 2 warring states. Yeah, that's it's very it's very relevant at this point in time while I'm reading this. I'll just say that. Okay, so like the border between the 2 warring states, the boundary between the language and the program is drawn and redrawn until eventually it comes to the rest along the mountain and rivers, the natural frontiers of your problem. And the end of your program will look as if the language had been designed for it, and when the language and program fit one another well, you end up with code which is clear, small, and efficient. It's worth emphasizing that bottom-up design doesn't mean just writing the same program in a different order. When you work bottom-up, you usually end up with a different program instead of a single monolithic program. You will get a larger language with more abstract operators and a smaller program written in it. Instead of a lentil, you will get an arch. Oh, that's a lentil. Oh my gosh, I read that as lentil. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Like, what's lentil? Like, I'm thinking of Intel, the processing people. In typical code, once you abstract out the parts, which are merely bookkeeping, what's left is much shorter. The higher you build up the language, the less distance you will have to travel the top down to it. Wait. The higher you build up the language, the less distance you will have to travel from the top down to it. This brings several advantages. By making the language do more of the work, Bottom-up design yields programs which are smaller and more agile. A shorter program doesn't have to be divided into so many components, and fewer components means programs which are easier to read and modify. Fewer components also means fewer connections between components, and thus less chance for errors there. As an industrial designer strives to reduce the number of moving parts in a machine, experienced Lisp programmers use bottom-up design to reduce the size and complexity of their programs. Bottom-up design promotes code reuse. When you write 2 or more programs, many of the utilities you wrote for the first program will also be useful in the succeeding ones, or succeeding ones. Is it succeeding or succeeding? I'm gonna call it succeeding ones. Once you've acquired a large substrate of utilities, writing a new program can take only a fraction of the effort it would have required if you had to start with a raw Lisp. Bottom-up design promotes code reuse. When you write 2 or more programs, I just read that. Bottom-up design makes programs easier to read. An instance of this type of abstraction asks the reader to understand a general purpose operator. An instance of a functional abstraction asks the reader to understand a special purpose subroutine. So it seems like we work with the abstractions, sort of it. Because it causes you to always be on the lookout for patterns in your code, working bottom-up helps you clarify your ideas about the design of your program. If 2 distant components of a program are similar in form, you'll be led to notice the similarity perhaps and redesign the program in a simple way. What's interesting is that I think I kind of do this naturally. Or maybe it's not naturally, maybe it's just because of, I don't know, maybe just who I've been around in my career as I've grown. Maybe that. Oh no, telemetry and log shipping back to Apple Android. Wait, what? A collection of maps for use in ATAC? I don't know what that is. Like the most optimal way to be homeless might be unlimited flight pass. Wait a minute. Sorry, one of my friends just sent me something. Let me read this. Is it really gonna open in freaking Twitter, the app, and not the website? Anyway, this is what the most optimal way to be homeless might be unlimited flight pass, $150 a month. Unlimited airport lounge access pass, $350 a year. Oh, that's cheap. Allows you to live on $600 a month. Wait, what? I don't understand this math, but I'm gonna keep reading. Speedrun.com asks superintelligence asks strategy. Okay. Airport lounges have free meals. Solve alignment any percent speed run. People with AMP Mesh can get a better unlimited airport lounge access pass via an Amex Business Platinum card. Okay. Wow, $400 to rent a room. That's insane. $400 for a bedroom for a room in Houston? In Houston, my city? I don't know about all that. $400 to live in a bedroom in my city is overpriced. And I'm saying this as someone who's like, I love my city. I generally champion for Houston all the time, but like, I'm gonna be real. $400 for a room is, that's a bit much. Oh, that's a lot to live here. Like, if I'm gonna pay that much for a room, I at least want to be in a better city. And I'm not saying that Houston's bad. I'm just saying it's like, there's a hierarchy, and I accept it. There's a pecking order. Houston is not a top 10 city on the planet Earth. So why are we asking for top 10 prices for a bedroom and a Houston house, which is probably, Houston houses are not bad, but like, chances are it's going to be in some like podunk suburb like Katy or Sugarland or like one of those other ones where it's like all the houses are like really close to each other. They all look alike, cheaply built. Disgusting. Like, that shit, it literally makes my flesh crawl. Let's look at houses in Katy so that we can see. Oh, this isn't bad, I guess. but look how close it is to other people's house. And like, let's look out and look at the yard. Like, hold on, wait. I'm sure that this carpet, like even the carpet it's not nice. Anyway, let's look at the yard. Like, seriously? And let me show you where it is in relation to like civilization here in my city. So here it is way the hell out here, out I-10, probably past Beltway. Oh, past 99, yes. It's way the hell out here. And damn near Brookshire. Brookshire is like, oh my gosh. That's about an hour away from where I live. So here's Houston. Here's where I live, literally. I live over here somewhere, in this area. And then here is fucking Brookshire. Just to like make it here, I don't think you will understand like how podunk Brookshire is. Oh wait, no. I want to go to Brookshire, Texas. Yeah, let's look at podunk Brookshire. I think they have one HEB, and it's the shitty one, not even the good one. Here's Brookshire, Texas. like you out here in the boonies, and you're paying $4,000 a month I would pay it because I'm gonna be real. Waller Avenue, this is the entry point to my drives. I used to do these scenic drives. I stopped doing them after I got some legal actions, but yeah, like this is it's Boontown, it's boonies, it's nothing here. Let's go look at one of these houses. Like, yeah, there's nothing here. This is the main street, the main drag. So this is where you see everything, and it's not much. Although, you know what? Who knows? Maybe I should move out here just to see if I can do it, like as an experiment. Maybe I'll go out there and I'll love it. I have all my space. I don't have to deal with people. Who knows? Maybe I've just convinced myself that I'm gonna move to Brookshire if I can find a decent house. Yeah, look, they have grass, they have trees, they have a sky and cloud. Yeah, they have everything I need. It's a lot of concrete for not a lot of people though. Yeah, the houses are, the ceilings are a little bit too low. I need taller ceilings. But yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll go on to Brookshire. Go do some country living. It's not far from the airport, right here, the private airport. So like if I live out here, I guess that is the one benefit. And like, here's why the airport is important. And I was talking shit initially, but now I'm seriously considering moving out to Brookshire. Here's the reason. So I am in the process of studying to get my pilot's license. And if you know anything about me, you know that I hate driving anywhere. The airport that I have to drive to is way, way, way the fuck up here. Where's Conroe? Where is that? I don't even see it. Where's the airport? It's in Conroe somewhere. I just know that I don't want to have to go to it. That's what I know. Where's Conroe? I don't even see Conroe. Fuck it. I don't see it. But there's an airport way the hell up here somewhere that I would have to go to every weekend. It's not this airport. This is the international. This is a smaller airport. So it's like either I can drive way the hell to Conroe, which here's where I am. I'm here. Way the hell to Conroe. Or I can drive way the hell to Brookshire. The other airport is way the hell down here. Here, I can actually zoom in a little bit. So Ellington is over here. I think the other airport is in this region over here somewhere. And there should be another one in Friendswood and Pearland. But not all that to say is that they're all far. That's the point. They're all far. So there might be a benefit to me moving out to near where the airport is for a year or two, maybe. You see here, casual economist, he's not a fan of country living. I'm mixed. I'm mixed. I grew up halfway, kind of like I grew up in the city, but I spent my summers in the country. And a good portion of my family, that's where they're from. So it's like, even though I grew up in the city, I still have like know, that connection to that other, you know, to the country, like to rural area. And I don't know, like I float back and forth where it's like I like living in a city, but at the same time I absolutely hate living in a city. And a lot of my living choices have been dictated by how can I live in a city but be around as few people as possible, which is why I live in the area I live in now, is because, you know, I am in a large city, but the area that I'm living in right now, I can walk around on the streets, like literally. Houston's not a walking city. So it's like I can walk around in the streets and the neighborhoods. You know, I have almost 100% tree coverage. They are, I mean, generally the only people in this area are the people who live here. Here, and I can give you can actually see it. So if you look at this map here, you see this one little piece of green. This is the area that I live in Houston. Houston's like a concrete jungle, right? Like this is the area that I live in, and I'm walking in, you know, most of the days. And then as you can see, it's a lot of concrete. I mean, we have a lot of trees too, but like this is only trees, right? So yeah, I prefer living where I'm at. And let me show like one of these trails maybe. Actually, these aren't trails. I won't be able to actually show you anything, but I can show you a street. See a street going down Inwood. I'm always down Inwood anyways. Yeah, so this is a typical street that I'm walking down, right? Like I love being able to walk down my street, and there's not a lot of places in Houston where I can walk down, you know, a nice street that's quiet, that's well kept, manicured, that's safe, that the people are, you know, a little, yeah, let's just a little different from how I grew up. Let's just say that. I love how all these are like faded out. They don't allow anybody to show uncompleted houses, and you can't have for sale signs in this neighborhood, which is also pretty dope. So yeah, I'm generally here every single day, and like, you know, if we were to go into like suburban neighborhood in Katy or Sugarland, none of them look like this. They all look freaking soulless and disgusting. No trees. It's just everything looks alike. At least if you look here, you will not see a house that looks like another house on the street. Like you will never see a house that looks like another house. And that, to me, like that's a requirement. I can't have a house that looks like someone else's house. Otherwise, like why would I spend all this money to have something that someone else has? That's just dumb to me, right? Like maybe it's smart to someone else, but not to me. Yes, from your walking dog video seems to. Wait, you see my walking dog videos? Normally I don't record videos on my nature walks, mainly because it's nighttime and I'm with I'm generally like with my neighbors or whatever, and like we talk about things that, because we live in this world of cancel culture and, you know, people not wanting to be offended, what they've accomplished is they push people like me in my network. We still talk all of our shit. We say all of the things. It's probably even worse than what we would say in public. But now it's just, you know, it's there live. I wonder if these people who are pushing these types of censoring agendas, if they understand that they're not really silencing people. They're just pushing the conversation to other places where they have no access to. And it's probably much worse than what it would have been if, you know, if it was just out in the open. Cause I've always been one of those folks where it's like, you know, I'd rather know what people think up front. Like I want to know, like, cause I know that people are different in person versus in real life, or, you know, alone. You posted a few walking videos. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't realize that. They must have been in the daytime. So these probably are just me walking Roscoe, just, you know. But my actual nature walks that I'm referring to, those happen at night, late at night. So typically we'll start at maybe 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. and we'll go until around 11 or midnight. So it's about 5 to 7 miles. And I have a whole different trails and shit, all that kind of things. Yeah, I can actually show you the house that like, man, I want it. I can't afford this house. I want to be clear here. I looked at the taxes. I can't even fucking afford the taxes. It's this house right here. We're looking at $350,000 a year in tax. In taxes. No, whoa. No, I'm sorry. That's a lot. I'm sorry. It's not 300,000. It's 100,000. It's 100,000 a year in taxes. Too much. I can't afford that. On principle. No way. No way I'm paying $100,000 a year for a house that I supposedly own. Like this is something that about home ownership that's always irked me. How can I claim to own a home when if I stop paying taxes on it, the city will just take it? Or here's another thing. Maybe you all didn't know this. If you found houses on the internet, like let's say you're going to Zillow or HAR or whatever, and you look at houses that are that owe back taxes. You could look at the tax assessor site or whatever. You can look for all the houses that have back taxes, and you can go and pay it, and then they would owe you, the homeowner will owe you plus interest. If they don't pay you back after a certain amount of time, the house would go to auction, and all that money that you, the owner, in quotes, have put into that house, you don't really get that back. So it's hard. It's tough for me to, I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet. Let's just say that. I almost did. I almost bought a house, and then I was just like, no, I'm not gonna live in this bitch. Let me buy a house for someone else. And I don't know. Our laws are weird. That's all I'll say. Our laws are weird, and now I'm learning that we have this thing called squatters' rights. Do you know about squatters' rights? That you could have a random person, and they can decide to stay in your house, and if they've been there for for a month or so, and they can show that they have utilities, then they have more rights to your house than you do. I don't know if that's the case here in Houston. I hope not. But I know that's the case for some places in America, unfortunately. All right, let's close this out. Sure, I'll update. Wait, do I want to update? Sure, I'll update. I don't care that much. All right, I'm gonna open up. We'll deal with this later. We don't need it right now. What y'all think of the new keyboard sound? Does it sound decent? Oh, look at that. A new version of, of desktop. Let's see what's new. Even to this day, I still get excited whenever there's a new version of GitHub Desktop. For whatever reason, my computer is lagging. I'm not liking it. Okay, so on Windows, don't care. Added semantic and keyboard accessible checks for all button. Wait. Added semantic and keyboard accessible check all button for a group of consecutive. Wait, they must not have wordsmithed this. They should have. Tidy Dev. Who is this person? I don't think I know them. I wonder if Sergey is he? Oh shit, that's cool. I thought for some reason I think I found this out. It's nice to see that he works at GitHub now. He's been a long time contributor to GitHub Desktop. This is awesome. Okay, all right. So it's a few things. Sure, I'll take it. Fine. Quit and install. Not loud enough. I missed the clack of the old one. To be fair though, I'm not actually doing anything yet. Mostly just figuring out what needs to get done. 'Cause I remember doing something last time, maybe, but I forgot where I left off. I have no idea. Let's just start the thing. Let's see what happens. If it will start, and then. No, why the fuck does Visual Studio need access to my microphone? So we'll do dev tunnel. All right. You know what? Let's go ahead and update this. This is starting to annoy me now because it keeps showing and I don't care. Like, oh man, let's just update it. Is it ngrok? Is there like an update? Yes. All right. Hopefully it'll leave me alone now that I have an update. Yes, perfect. Okay, so we have this thing. All right, go to GitHub. And I want to say it's going to be code and color Watsi Slackbot. And I need to go to the app itself because I stopped paying ngrok when I stopped developing my product. So now I get a new endpoint every single time. It's really annoying, but you know, what can I do? I could pay, I guess, but I'd rather not. Okay. Here we are. Okay, so we have our new endpoint. All right, we'll go into this install app. It's already installed, so I'm gonna uninstall it. But before I do that, let me do a little bit of window arrangement. All right. All right, so we'll open up Firefox and let's open up the web interface for ngrok. And we'll start the app as well. All right, so now that we have that, let's open up Firefox, the Devlog. Well, okay, sure. I don't know why it opened up on another desktop. It should have opened up on the desktop that I started the thing from, not the one that I landed on. All right. We'll move desktop over to here. All right, cool. So now, yeah, I think we should be good. So let's go ahead and uninstall and we should get an event. Here we are. So we get the post, webhooks, GitHub. Not found. Wait, what is the, wait, what? API, webhooks, GitHub. What is it? Webhooks, GitHub. I think I see the issue now. So let's go back to the configuration of said app. I must have forgot something. Yes, I did. API, like so. So we'll save that or not. Oh, I was like, there used to be a save button. Okay, there it is. All right, and now what I'm gonna do, because I've already uninstalled it, I can't really, I don't want to uninstall it. I'm sorry, I don't want to install it just to uninstall it. So I'm gonna just replay this. That won't work either. I can't do that. I had to replay it, but I had to modify it a little bit. So we're gonna say go to API webhooks, and we'll go ahead and replay that. And we still get a 404. Huh. Interesting. I was not expecting that one. Am I even getting the request? I'm not even getting the request here. I don't know if I trust this. Let's try this again. Employ. see where we're actually like what's actually happening. Where is the URL? Forwarding host to whatever that is. Okay. And it got forwarded, apparently. That's what it says. So API webhooks GitHub. Does that actually exist though? Maybe it doesn't. No, that definitely exists. That definitely exists. And it is API webhooks GitHub. It is definitely that. Okay. I'm not even gonna lie, I wasn't prepared for that. I thought that would work. That's been working, or at least I think it's been working. I'm gonna copy the name of this. Maybe I misspelled it. I sometimes do stupid things like that. Do that. GitHub. It looks the same to me. Look at the 404. I'm not even getting the request. CDF. All right, what if I redeliver this? The payload will be delivered to API webhooks GitHub. Okay. Yeah, and I get another 404. What the fuck? I wonder if maybe I'm not really running the app. Maybe it's not actually bound to the thing. Maybe that. Let's see. Like, I don't even know anymore. I don't even know anymore. Let's open up. It's not called Paw, it's called Rapid, man. I hate that they renamed this. Don't y'all hate when like a company buys something and then they rename it for no reason other than they just want to rename it? It's like, why? This application I've been using has been called Paw for damn near a decade, and then Rapid API buys it and they want to call it something new, change the logo, but they won't actually fix any of the bugs that have been present for the past 5 years. So it's kind of like how the new management at this building that I'm in right now, they bought the building, and some of the first things they did was they changed the name of the building, they changed the logo of the building, they changed some of the decorations. But the things that actually made the building great, like great management, the fact that it's clean, the fact that it smells nice, the fact that we don't have hood rats here, the fact that there is not a whole bunch of like, I don't know, what do you call those people who like all they do is live their life on Instagram trying to show off. Like, we have those Instagram thoughts outside the door right now taking pictures. Like, they'll bring their photographers, they'll be out here, turning their butt out trying to, because obviously, they're more than just that. But from what I can tell, that's all they are. They're out here doing, showing their ass, having photographers out there take their picture, doing all this, trying to act like they really living that life. It's like, you pulled up here to my building in a Toyota Corolla, and 3 of you got out, and it's not even a new one. Like, don't come here. And like the new manager, they don't even do anything about it. They just let them come. People who obviously don't live here, they just in the building. And I'm just like, y'all, like, why do we have what looks to be a rap video being made downstairs in my lobby by people who obviously can't afford to live here? I don't know. It's a rant, but whatever. I'm pretty sure if any of my neighbors were here or watching this, they would all hardcore agree. In fact, let me see if anybody online. My neighbors are online. Cause we be talking a lot about how far this building has gone down. Lectures. All right, let's try this again. We're gonna first. I'm just gonna like go to the site. Maybe I had to do that first. Maybe. In fact, I'm not even gonna do that. I'm gonna go. Yeah, no, never mind. I am gonna go to that. I'm gonna do what I just said. Open presentation view. Wait, what? Wait, I'm confused now. What's going on? Localhost port 3000. Open presentation preview in Obsidian first. All right, something's going on. LS of in, is it in? Yes, maybe. What are we looking for? Is it in or is it? Well, let's see. I forgot. When you forget how commands work, ls of, is it in or is it something else? Let's see. Network or port. Wait, that's saying T. I don't know about all that. Let's open up. I have, gosh, what do you call that thing? I used to have these things called playbooks, and I probably should take my playbooks out of Craft and then put them into Obsidian at some point. Scripts. YouTube. Oh, I know this was for Post Supply. This was for one. Okay, that was for another product. So that was for. Wait. Seriously? Please don't tell me I don't have it anymore. Oh man, wait. This can't be right. This can't be happening. Tools I'm using, reading lists, setting up GitHub, setup. Okay. This isn't good. I may have lost notes that I need. Oh gosh. Fuck. Let's open up Obsidian. Let's hope that I've like moved them. I probably didn't, but I'm a hope. So this was likely part of Code and Color playbooks. Renamed Devlog projects. Nah, okay, fuck. Projects. Okay, so, oh my gosh. I think I may have either deleted docs or lost them for another product that I was working on in the past that I was hoping would still be here. Maybe, you know what? Let me search. Maybe we'll do Post Supply. Nope. Fuck. LS off. Fuck. No. Oh fuck. All right, yeah. I'm straight up. I don't have it anymore. Okay. Do we have history? Oh gosh. If I have history, can I pay for them? Like I pay for this, so like. Hopefully I can like get back whatever it is that I've lost. In the meantime though, I can just go to Google and ls of port number. So here we are. So is it dash P? Oh, it's dash P. Okay. Or is it dash P? I don't know if it is. Oh, it's dash I. That's what it is. It's dash I. 3000. Somehow history. All right, shell history for the win. By the way, what I use for shell history is this right here. It is a program that keeps all like it's always listening. I don't trust anything anymore. I don't trust my shell. This is a separate plugin that it keeps all my stuff somewhere else. So I can go in and figure out what the hell did I type in my shell 2 years ago, and I think that's what just happened. It came in fucking clutch. Okay. So we see here that Obsidian, that's why this isn't working. So somehow, some way, Obsidian is listening on port 3000 and I don't know why. And I don't know how to stop it. And I don't even know like how to observe it. There's no task manager as far as I know. Is there a task manager? No, I don't think there is. Let's close it. Let's rerun this and see if we get the same thing. All right, cool. That works now. So now that works, let's try to re-deliver this and see if it actually works. That was it. That was it. All right, here's the sound I was looking for. That. All right, cool. All right, let's go ahead and do the thing. All right, we return okay. Let's go and make sure that this is indeed working. Yeah, we get the 200 okay. Let's also redeliver here. Make sure that this gets to the okay, it should. Yep, cool. We're good. So I'm getting the delete events, which, you know, I expected. I get all the events. I'm also getting the installation events, right? So we see here if the action is created, it's going to set up this installation. And I want to say that when I deleted it, it should have did this remove GitHub installation, but remember, it couldn't. Or maybe it could. Actually, let's see. Let's replay that and see if it actually goes into the right branch. So let's replay this request. Okay. Else if action, what is action? Delete it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, perfect. It goes in here and we get the installation ID, and then we're going to try to remove this. And this may not actually remove it, but I'm pretty sure it is. So we'll go into table plus, look at our GitHub installs. Look at that. There's no GitHub install. Now let's do the other one. This is the last part of the test, which I should have did last time. So now let's install this application. And before I do that, let me also take out these breakpoints. I don't want to have to, let me take out these two breakpoints and we'll put a breakpoint here in the created. So if this hits, I now know that this is actually working. We'll organize our imports. Okay, so let's, oops. I'm gonna install it to Will Shepherd. We're gonna do only this repo, which is the Devlog repo. All right, we get to there. Wait, where did that breakpoint hit? I assume, okay, I don't remember where the breakpoint. I'm so dumb. Let's just hope it worked. We'll refresh. Look at that, it works. But why are the settings blank? All right, so yeah, all right, we'll put a breakpoint here. Let's uninstall, and this should, I mean, this should work. Hopefully, I won't have to like redeploy the thing with it. Wait, what is this? What? Wait, what? Move that from here to here. All right, close that. Did I close GitHub? Yes, I did. Interesting. Not one signal, code and color. So we got to go and uninstall it again. And this time I shouldn't have to like go and like do anything weird. It should just uninstall. All right, so let's confirm. Look at that, we're good, uninstalled, perfect. Now let's reinstall it, but before I reinstall it, I want to put a breakpoint on this line here because for whatever reason, this isn't being populated and it should be. And for shits and giggles, we'll also go into the actual thing. So this is where I'm actually doing the settings. So it should be putting it in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to inspect this and see if there's anything in particular I need to do. All right, so let's install again another time. So we'll go back a couple times. We'll install to here, Devlog. Okay, perfect. So we get login. So this actually is a value. Settings is actually a value. Okay, settings is the value here as well, and it's a value here as well. Okay. Yet settings do not apply. And this worked in the past. That's the interesting thing. I remember this working. So the fact that this isn't working now is a little weird. But I don't know, I'll deal with that later. So now I mean, this may not seem like much, but like I've done much to me because I didn't get a chance to actually validate that any other work that I did last time worked. And I just validated that it all works now for the most part. Dev test, okay, we don't care about this in reality. Webhook, git, okay, sure, we'll, summary for that. We'll just say I remove unused import. Fuck, I didn't mean to do that. That's what I meant to do. All right, and what is this? Stream route. These are things that I need to deal with later. But so far, this is good. Now here's where things are about to get interesting. This thing that I just said that I'm not gonna deal with, I have to deal with it now. So let's open this up. We'll just open it like so. Wait, that's okay. Wait, did that open it? I am so confused right now. Why isn't this opening that file? Normally that's supposed to open the file. It didn't. Okay, so this right here that's commented out is commented out because this create blob will not work. It doesn't understand this idea of context. So let me go ahead and uncomment this out, and we're gonna go and update this. All of these, right? This PR, with all this. We need to like figure out who this person is. Like, we need to get the context. That's effectively what we need to do. So let's go to this authentication method. This is where I build out all of the context. Set context. This is the context here, right there. So here's what's going to change. I'm no longer going to be giving an integration configuration back. Integration key. Okay, yeah, I will continue to return the integration key, although actually, now that I think about it, does that even matter for me? I don't think it does. But what I'm going to do is get rid of this. Let's see here. Handle integration key. Integration key. This is, all right, let's. Integration key auth. Why is this? Wait, I'm confused. Why is this acting weird? No, but I'll just do my own. Screw it. Sometimes it's easier to just do it yourself. I like to rely on my tools to do everything for me, but situations like this, I'll just do it. All right, so integration key authentication. Authentication allows one to interact, or actually allows this is like other machines or apps to act on behalf of a user while not leaking, what is it? I don't know, sensitive information. So this is why this exists, this integration key. Now, the one that I actually care about right now is this token, handle the token bearer. The reason behind that, actually no, I had to worry about both, because the active stream endpoint that's currently being called on an untrusted system. I'm using air quotes here, which is my system, but I can't just trust a random request, right? So I have to have some way of verifying it, and that's what my integration key does. Oh, excuse me. And the integration key is just a JOT, which is signed by my server, that I send on to the user, so the user can also verify that it hasn't been tampered with. But it's mostly for me. So when I get a request back, I should get back that same key, the same server, that I create on their behalf. I should get that back, and then I can go and verify that I am indeed the person who created it. And then that's how I can trust that. Okay, I still don't know it's them, but I do know that I created the token, so I'll accept it. Obviously you can go as far as you want. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing here. Wait, why isn't this working anymore? There we are. Okay, we'll worry about it. Actually, is this token provided by Superbase? I'm not gonna put that there because like this may not always be true. That may go away. I just heard I got a message from someone. Let me go check. Yo, what's up? Which theme is this, bro? This is the standard dark theme. It's just straight up dark. The GitHub one. Here, I'll show it to you. Theme. Wait, yeah, here, get up. High contrast. The font that you're looking at is a custom font. So maybe, I don't know, maybe that's what you see. So like if you see like ligatures and shit like this, this is a custom font. If you're interested in this font, I will send you a link to it. Oh wait, no, it's not Mona Lisa. What is this? Mona Code? Actually, I don't know what the fuck this name, this font is. Let's look. The beauty of having a Mac is that I can easily search my fonts. See what I have. There's too many fonts. What is this thing called? Mona something. Oh, it's called Mona. Wait, I thought it was called Mona something. All right, something's a little fishy here. All right, I'm a little confused now. Let's go here and let's go to this font. It exists. It's Mona Lisa. Why can't I find this shit? All right, fine, whatever. I found it. So let me get you the link to Mona Lisa. For what it's worth, it's not free. So if you're one of those where you're like, I only want to, yeah, they have them on the space, yeah. So let me fucking send it first, and then let me show all of the different fonts that they have. So the typeface, I'm going to be pedantic here because it matters. The typeface is called Mona Lisa. Within the typeface, there are fonts. And there is a regular font, and I also think there is a monospace font inside of here. Now how did I figure that out? I don't know, but no, maybe they're all monospace. Yeah, maybe they're all monospace, which would make sense because this is mostly a code person's font, so maybe it is monospace by default. But yeah, check it out. It's not too bad. I think I got the complete one, which gives me access to everything. And that means that I can use it on the site too. So if I wanted to create my own blog one day, which maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know, probably won't. But let's say that I wanted to do it. And I wanted to use my fonts, these fonts that I purchased on my site. I can do that, which is important to me, right? Because if I am going to pick and choose a font, I'm doing that from a design perspective. And if I'm doing it from a design perspective, I want to present a cohesive experience across all of the different channels that I may be working across. So let's say that in the future, if I actually do decide to do a blog, it'll probably be the same font, my same color themes, all that kind of crap. If I end up doing other things, it'll probably be the same thing, same font, same colors, like just basically be the same. I find that having to make decisions, stupid decisions, like how things look, it's just a waste of time. I rather just go with what I have and continue to extend it. So yeah, anyway, there's Mona Lisa. I hope you check it out. It's actually a dope font. Yeah, I've been using it for a while actually. It's really readable too. And you get to support people who are doing meaningful work. If you are someone who appreciates what a good font can do for you, then you should by all means pay for it. Because that keeps people motivated to continue to innovate in that area. And that means that we continue to have nice things to enjoy that we don't have to create ourselves. And I, for one, would never want to create my own font. Screw that. I'm done. I don't want to do that. All right, cool. So what I was looking for here is that I need to do a request to get some information. So here I am getting the user profile. It's just that now the profile is going to have some information on it that I don't care about. And I'm going to get rid of that very soon. So we see here that I'm going to return a profile, which is going to have, it's going to have this data on it. Go show it. So it's going to have this stuff on it. The thing that's going away is this integration configuration eventually. So that's the thing that's kind of, we're abandoning that shit. It's a bad decision. All right. So after I get this profile, I should have the profile ID, assuming there is no error. All right. So we're saying if there's no profile, then let's just return. Obviously, I want to do something more than this in the future, but for now, no, we'll just do that. And honestly, this shouldn't even be a log. This should be a warning. All right. The next thing that I want to do is grab the profile ID, right? So I'm not actually going to pull it out yet because there's a new function that I'm going to have to go write. I think. Maybe. Yes. I need to go to the other tables to check if there are any profiles. And I'm starting to realize that my data model, it sucks for that because I can have a many-to-many relationship. And what I really want is to have either a one-to-one relationship, meaning that you as a user, if you set up GitHub, you can only have one GitHub account and not more than one. I'm debating that because I have more than one, and I'm the user, the main user, and I have more than one GitHub account. I have two, so it's like maybe I have to deal with that. But anyway, so at the moment you can have as many GitHub accounts as you want, but maybe there should only be one, or maybe maybe different accounts can't share different GitHub accounts. Maybe that should be a case. I don't really know what it should be yet, but we're going to make a call to this GitHub installs. So let's do that. All right, so let's go to my GitHub DAOs. Oops, wrong thing. Actually, this will be the app DAO. This is an app thing. So common data. Okay, we're gonna add a new function down here somewhere. Export async. It does need to be async. And this will be a function. And what are we gonna do with this function? I guess we're gonna load the GitHub configuration, I guess. Load GitHub, get GitHub config. Actually, I'm gonna call it GitHub integration for now. Integration. And I don't know what it's gonna take yet. I'll figure that out right now. So the GitHub integration that I want is probably gonna be based off of should it be the installation ID? No, it's gonna be the profile ID. We're gonna get it off the profile ID. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is we'll just return. I'm not gonna bother trying and waiting here because I can do that elsewhere. So we're gonna go to our Superbase client. We're gonna go to the GitHub installs, whatever the hell. We're going to select, what do I want to select? It's definitely not star. What I actually want are two things. The installation ID, but I'm gonna select star. Let's just star. I don't want to have to deal with shit like this. Let's do that. And then we want to do where it equals. The column that I care about is profile ID. And the value is the profile ID. All right. I don't even think I need to select here. Now that I think about it. I think it'll automatically select everything. No, I guess not. Maybe I do need it. So I'll add it back. Fine. Silly to me though. So we're gonna grab the profile ID. I don't know why that has done that. That's weird. Okay. So we're gonna get our GitHub integration. try GitHub integration. So this can either return the integration or null or something like that, but I'll deal with that here. So we're gonna come here, we're gonna say GitHub integration. And this will be equal to GitHub integration. And we're gonna pass in the profile ID. And we need to await this too. And because this can fail, I want to check to see if there's an error. Honestly, I don't even care about the error, to be real, but like, whatever. I guess I do care because I need to know what's happening while I'm developing. So we'll return. Yeah. Actually, no. I don't think I want to return. Yeah. I don't want to return here. So if there's data, how about that? We won't even worry about the error case. We'll say if we'll pull out data. So we'll say if data, and we'll do some things. Okay, so what do I need to do? Well, I want to return the information that I will need to be able to do things in the future. So there's two things, the installation ID and the settings. So those are the two things that I want out of here. So let's see, const equals data. So we should be able to get the installation ID. Wait, data. There should only be one. Okay, all right, there should only be one. So I think I need to make sure that this can only ever return one single. What's up with this not formatting code? It should be formatting that. Okay, so now this right here should be, yeah, what I want. So we'll get the installation ID and settings, which isn't being filled in for whatever reason, but I'll eventually need them. And because I need to eventually add this in my GitHub config or whatever, and that's what I'm going to call this. So instead of returning a profile, so we're going to go in and update profile. Profile is no longer going to have an integration configuration. We're moving on from that. Now what we're going to have is the GitHub. We'll just call it GitHub. Screw it. That's probably not a good name. GitHub config. We'll call it configuration. Settings. And this will not be one of those. This is going to be a dual type. It's going to be a more complex type. So we're going to have a string for the installation ID. If I can type. Oh, wait. Yeah, string. And then we're also going to have settings, which will be optional. And then that'll be a record, because I don't actually know what the type should be right now. So I'll just make it a standard object. So it'll be a, oh, come on, what's that doing that? It'll be a record of string to any, like so. All right, so we'll save that, get a better, whatever that is. All right, so this right here is a GitHub installation, or I don't know, GitHub settings. We'll call this GitHub. We'll create a new type, interface actually, and we'll call, and it'll be hidden for now. Maybe it won't be. Maybe I'll need to make it not hidden. Installation ID. This will be GitHub setting, and we'll just copy this definition into there, and then this right here will become a that. Okay, cool. So now we have our GitHub setting, where this can either be undefined or something. All right, so this should cause errors, which is fine. That's what I expect. And I want the error so that it's going to be the thing that leads me to the thing that fixes it. So the first thing is we're getting rid of this. We're no longer doing that. We need GitHub, and GitHub is going to have the installation ID. Well, what's the installation ID? Well, we just got that, hopefully, maybe. I think, yeah, up there, right here, this right here. So there's a chance that data may not actually be set. So what I'm gonna do is we'll say let installation ID, installation, I can't spell that. We'll just say let install ID, like that. And we also want the settings. So this is going to be a string, and it's going to be equal to undefined. And I know that this is, oh, you can't do that. Well, watch. We'll do undefined. We do both. Actually, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to do null. I actually prefer null. We'll do that because I'm manually setting it myself. So we're going to be manually null. And then we also need to do the same thing with this. So we'll say we'll call this GitHub installation ID because there might be other installation IDs in the future. We'll say GitHub settings. And then that's going to be a record of string to any, or undefined, or null. Actually, this would have to be undefined. All right, we'll say no. We'll say no. Okay, so now we have these two things. And here, when it says installation ID, I can just say GitHub installation ID. And then here where it says whatever this should be, settings, will be GitHub settings. Now this is upset because technically this is not the correct type, right? So this can only be a string. And as far as this knows, this is equal to null. It doesn't actually know that it's not a string. But that's okay, because I might be able to just do this and say, all right, well, if we get to here, it is a string. Or even better, I can say, actually, yeah, I think this is even better. So I'll say GitHub, whatever this is. Instead of doing this, we'll just say, or we'll just set it to empty. How about that? In fact, there's an easier way to set this to empty. Instead of doing this or null business, we'll just do this right here. We'll just say equal that. And then this right here is just going to be equal to undefined. Actually, it won't be equal to anything. It'll just be that. Because this could be undefined, so we should be good there. All right, so we're going to say GitHub installation, which should be fine. And then GitHub settings, this should be fine. I don't know why this isn't. String used before assigned. Oh, okay, sure. We'll just set equal to undefined. How about that? And it's upset, which is fine. We'll just say or undefined. Cool. So now we got rid of our little type issues. There's better ways to solve this, but this was the fastest way. So that's why I went that direction. All right. So we're gonna pull these things out, and then what I want to do is set them equal to that. So we're gonna say this is equal to that, and then we're gonna say that this is equal to that settings, like so. And why is this upset? Number. Oh, that's a number. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is a number. Tripping. Okay. Let's go back to my types here. This is a number. I actually forgot that this is a number. So we'll go back to here, and then we'll just say let. We don't need to do anything here. Actually, I'm gonna set it equal to -1. That'd be like a similar value. Okay, so we're gonna get settings, or otherwise we're just gonna get an empty object. We'll just do that. Now, why is this upset? The string number true is not assignable to type record. String, any type string is not as, okay. Wait, what? Whoa. Type string. Okay, fine. It's not recommended to do this, but this is where not giving fucks comes in. So we're gonna make this an object. Yeah, I guess we'll just make it that kind of object. Actually, no, I can't do that. This has to be something. I want it to be record string of any. So I'm just gonna have to deal with this. Oh, not there, not yet. Okay, so string is not assignable to type record string. The string is not assignable to type. Wait, what string? Is settings a string? It's JSON. Okay, so how about this? We'll do JSON.parse the settings. Is that still not happy? I'm gonna type JSON. It's not assignable to type string. Type null is not. Wait, what is this? This isn't a string. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I don't want to fight types right now. We're gonna make this an any. Fuck it. We're also gonna make it an any here. Fuck it. And because this could be anything, it could also be undefined. So we don't need the question mark anymore. Actually, nah, we'll keep it. It does communicate information, so I'll keep it. Okay, so now we have these settings. It's going to a string, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. All right, cool. Now this integration key thing, do we even need this anymore? Yes, we do. Okay, we need to do the same thing here. So I've already done most of that work here. So we'll kind of just take all of that. Wait, what am I doing with the config? Config. Oh, this can go away. That goes away. We're done with that. Okay, so then we'll take that. And right after we get that profile, we'll do this. We're gonna get rid of all of that. And let's just copy this. Okay, look at that. Cool, so now I gotta go fix these because, fuck this, shit. Man, I don't wanna do this yet, but I guess I am gonna have to do it. I actually don't have to do it, but I am gonna do it. So in the past, I was using one column to keep all of my configurations to follow these integrations. Because I have decided that I'm going to split that out, I've already done it with the GitHub thing. But as you can see, I've already created tables for Google and Slack. I just haven't started doing the things that I need to do to get it there. So right now, all that information is here, but I need to be in these tables. So the only way to fix this is to actually like go and update the functions that update data in the profile, to change those to then update data in those other tables. That's a lot of stuff to do right now, and I'm hungry. It's like I've been streaming for over 2.5 hours. I'm hungry. I'm getting to a point where I don't even think I can concentrate. So I'm not gonna do that right now. But what I will do before I guess go into just, I'll call it quick hits, just whatever y'all want to chat about. If there's questions, I'll answer them for a few minutes. But let me go ahead and get some stuff committed here. We don't care about that. Authentication. All right, I do care about this. Data, I care about that. Wait. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, cool. So then this is update auth to use I don't know, new GitHub app auth strategy. Using installation ID and and dedicated tables. All right, cool. We'll go ahead and push that up. Cool. With that, any questions? Any thoughts? How y'all feel about all that? And while y'all think about how you feel, I'm gonna go to here, and then I'm gonna not select an application. Look at that. So how we feeling? Anything that any of you came here to see that you didn't get a chance to see and you want me to talk about, or say some words on it? And also, what's up with Twitter? Like, are there really people watching me on Twitter right now? It says that there are 8 people watching me on Twitter. I actually don't know. It's hard for me to know what actually happens on Twitter. I don't get any information. So if you're watching me on Twitter, hello. Consider following me on, what's that thing? On YouTube. Go subscribe, to my channel there. Or you can go to Twitch. If you're on either one of those two, you can ask questions. You can you can type words. I'll see them. All kinds of things. It's funny how technology works. But it seems like there's nothing that no one wants to say. So I'm gonna go ahead and say what all of you probably wanted to say to me, which is have a good rest of the weekend. See you later. Peace.